Hey everybody, this is Carmen from the Northshore Schools Foundation, and I am super excited today. It is Giving Tuesday, and my favorite thing on Giving Tuesday is to give thanks. And so I am trying to show you all my fancy skills today. So you are going to see, hopefully, a slideshow and get to hear from me about the top 10 things that the Northshore Schools Foundation is thankful for. I do want to apologize right now for all the crazy I don't want to apologize. I just want to own the fact that I went with this crazy theme to really make it real because, grateful is always in style. And these colors and this thing is always in style. I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up dressing like this. And also I grew up with top 10 lists. So I love top 10 lists. I just think they're the best way to give you an overview of all the great things. So thanks for coming along for the ride about what the Northshore Schools Foundation top 10 things that we are thankful for are right now and in this moment. So you got some cool fancy lines. It's amazing. Okay, we're going to start number 10. Number 10, we're grateful for your ratings on the greatnonprofits.org. Greatnonprofits.org is a nonprofit also that provides ratings about nonprofits so that people who are trying to learn about whether it's a good idea to give their money to an organization, so that businesses, when they're considering doing grants, they actually all go to this greatnonprofits.org site and check out what the ratings are. And thanks to you, we are a great nonprofit. We received that classification. Every year we have to get 10 or 20, I think it might be 20 different ratings from people just like you in order to actually get to that standard. And so I want to say thank you to everybody who did that this year. Every year it's a big push to get them in by the date. We're really grateful that people who stopped and really logged in and just said something great about us. It does make a lot of difference. We want to have people hear from real people like you when they're considering a nonprofit. So thank you for doing that. Going to greatnonprofits.org for any of your nonprofits is a really great way to serve them. It will show up in the long run. Like it's a gift that keeps on giving, and we'll need 20 more ratings. So feel free, if you have nothing else going on today, to do that. Okay, number 9. We are thankful for the 563 people who have already decided to donate this year to support students and teachers in the Northshore School District. That is amazing. You are the people that make it possible for us to continue to provide funding and resources and time to support what's happening in our schools. The Northshore Schools Foundation, we are the nonprofit arm. We're the grassroots arm. We're the place that supports what the overall district is doing. We want to enhance what's happening. And thanks to 563 of you so far this year, we are continuing to grow and support those students. So I really appreciate you. I like that number too, 563. I didn't do like up to 500. I said 563 because that's the real number. Okay, and then number 8, we are so thankful for our 20 committed board members. As I mentioned before, you probably know this, but the Northshore Schools Foundation operates separately from the school district. We are a separate nonprofit, 501c3. We do not receive funding from the school district directly, although they do allow us to rent space in the building at the district office, which we really appreciate. And if you haven't heard, you can come by the new office. We got a new office space right in the center of the building, which makes my heart really happy. I'm also thankful for that. I'm pretty thankful for our new office. So I hope you'll come by and see that. But I'm thankful for the 20 community members in North Shore that make volunteering for the Northshore Schools Foundation a priority for them. We have 20 members. We have 4 new board members. I want to welcome Kara Roth. I want to welcome Kate Dick. I want to welcome Charlie Griffey Brown, and I want to welcome Jennifer Herman. You have taken us to the next level. We're so excited to have you on board, and you're going to help us grow to the next level. I want to thank this year's leadership. So we have an executive committee, which is made up by Patsy Treese, who's our president for the next 2 years. Barry Glenn, who's our member at large. Diana Berger, who is our vice president. Tim Calso is our treasurer, and Diana and Tim are both alumni of the district. How cool is that? And then, of course, I want to say thank you to Susan Greiner, who is our secretary, and Anthony Moran, who actually did 3 years as president and now still has to be on the executive board as the past president. Board members make it happen. They listen to you and tell me what to do so we can continue to serve you. Okay, big win this year. We are thankful for 26 classroom grants already funded this year or partially funded. If you checked out our annual report, you know that last year we did 63 grants in the 21-22 school year. Yes, that's right. That's more than we've ever done before. We have 5 grant cycles. It might be 6 grant cycles, I think makes more sense. So every 2 months, teachers and educators are encouraged to apply for money. Absolutely unheard of this year. Our second grant session, we received 32 requests for funds. Never gotten that many in one time in our whole life. So excited to fund 20 this time. We did 6 this time before. So we'll find out what's available to fund the next time. But I want to say how fun it is to see us doing our mission. Like, the point is that teachers want to be innovative and we want to be able to say yes. We want to help them find the thing that inspires that learner in their classroom or inspires them to keep trying new things. Classroom grants are really about inspiration. That's the inspire part of our mission. You know, when we say enhance and inspire, enhances district grants and inspire is classroom grants, because that's what they're made to do, inspire learning. So thank you for letting us fund 26 classroom grants. Okay, what's number 6? Number 6 is ambassadors and committee members. Okay, so again, the foundation is a grassroots organization where you do get to see me a lot. Yes, I'm a member of staff. Yes, we have staff members. However, everything that we do is really nothing compared to what our ambassadors and our committee volunteers and our board do. They are the ones that do the work. They're where the rubber meets the road, and we can't do this work without them. Our ambassadors work with our schools so that we can have a two-way dialogue with them. It really lets us know what schools need and how we can change and adjust what we do. That's how we know to have classroom grant cycles every 2 months. They help people at the schools find out what a difference we're making in the classrooms. They work with teachers to write grants. They help encourage people to attend our events and get involved with us, and just to help spread the word. So we couldn't do it without our ambassadors. Thank you so much. We have almost every school covered this year. We have more than ever. A special thanks to Hanisha Bakshi, who's been our communications lead for our ambassador team, making all the difference for clear communication. Those of you who've worked with me for a while know sometimes I run a little fast. And so it's wonderful to have somebody that's so great like Kanisha, who can really break it down, make sure that things make sense, and answer some questions. And of course, thanks to Emily, who's been the lead on ambassadors this year and making all the difference. Thank you to our committee volunteers. The foundation runs with lots of committees, events committees. There's a finance committee that looks at all of our finances and spending and how we could do that better. Forecasting, important budgeting things. We have an events committee. We have a public relations committee I like to call the welcome committee. So the people who are the first to see the things that we do. We have a fundraising committee, all of that. And it just keeps going and going. We also have some program committees now. We have a book collection committee. We have an instrument correction committee. We've got a Skills4Life committee. I mean, there are places to serve. So thank you to our volunteers for making that happen. Thanks to Carol, who's on our team, who is actually overseeing our volunteers. We love it. We love it. And of course, all of you who volunteered for Backpacks for Kids. I mean, we are really grateful, and we couldn't do this work without you. So that is really cool. Okay, we're back to the spreading lines. I really like them. I know not everybody will, but I do. They make me happy. Okay, number 5, we are thankful for Skills4Life Podcast. Okay, if you haven't done it, please today listen to the Skills4Life podcast. And if you're not a podcast person, you're like, I don't even know how to access a podcast, which is how I used to be. You can just go to northshoreschoolsfoundation.org, go to the bottom of it. You'll see the picture for our Skills4Life podcast. It's a cool microphone, and you can press play right from there, and you can listen to the most recent presentation. I think we've had 40. I think we've interviewed 40 different people from just a crazy array of jobs that are all going to be hiring for the next 5 to 10 years. These are careers that are up and coming. There are changes happening in the world, and they are right on the forefront. And we thought, what better could we offer the world was to educate parents and aunties and uncles about the jobs that are out there for the future. And hopefully you can help share those with your students and your your young people that you're in their lives, and let them know about all the crazy things. The podcast interviews a person. They talk about what you could do in high school and middle school to get there, where you should do research, what's happening in the career, not in the career, in the horizon. I guess I'll go with horizon. It's just a really, really cool podcast. So I hope that you will take time and check it out. Share it with your loved ones. It's really made for adults to watch, and then share the specific ones I think might be interesting to their students. And that's what it's for. Speaking of students, I am incredibly thankful for our youth advisory board. We have a youth advisory board, which includes 11 students from our high schools. We have almost all the high schools represented, and they are just the voice of really helping us measure impact. I think we all do the best we can with the information we have, but having the youth advisory board be a part of our leadership, they inform our board, they go to some board meetings as it makes sense, they come to board retreats as makes sense, but mostly we bring something to them every month and help them see what we're doing in the community or what we think that we should be doing, and then they're able to offer us a new perspective about what we could possibly be doing that might make a bigger difference or might have more of an impact on students. I have so much respect for these kids. I appreciate them so much. We've been learning. It's our 3rd year of youth advisory board. I hope we'll continue doing it. Thank you to the volunteer team. There's also a volunteer team that leads that. I'm telling you, there's volunteers everywhere. So thank you, youth advisory board. And then what could number 3 be? Our partners. Okay, so I was waiting to tell you this story. A couple weeks ago, there was a windstorm. You guys might recall that. And a lot of people lost power. A lot of people lost power for several days. And we got a call from one of our schools that told us that 8 families in their school had not had power for 5 days, and they hadn't been able to make a warm meal for their families. We got the call and we immediately called Chick-fil-A because it was a school that's kind of right there in that area. And Chick-fil-A immediately provided us with food vouchers so that those families could have warm food that night. Completely amazing. That's what partners do. You don't know what to expect, but you know who to ask when you need help. Similarly, the last thing that happened as I was walking out of the school district to go and join my Thanksgiving this year, I ran into Anna Foy, who is our homeless services director for the school district, and she let me know that thanks to funding from Chick-fil-A and a partnership with local hotels, there were 2 families that were in a hotel over Thanksgiving, thanks to our commitment and agreement with those organizations to make sure that those families had somewhere warm to be. And that's a pretty big deal. It's more than the funding, it's knowing who to call. I'm grateful for, the people who run ASAP appliance. We've had broken down appliances that families just couldn't afford the fix or the deposit, and ASAP just helped us out and gave us a great rate and worked with us directly so that the family could get what they needed. I am so grateful for the cities of Bothell, Kenmore, and Woodinville, all of whom have said what you do is important, and they provided us funding to support Backpacks for Kids and for our opportunity funds and homeless services. I mean, it's the partners. It's absolutely the partners. We're really excited right now, like this week, we're working with the Assistance League of Eastside. These women have worked so hard to provide funding and support for families in need, and we're just facilitating that relationship. They did all the work, and then Heather's just working with our care team leads to make sure that families can take advantage of the services that they offer. Thank you, Assistance League. Thank you to Rotary. We've been partnering with them for the last 4 years around the Santa Breakfast, and we're going to do so again this year. It's just amazing. The partnerships are exactly who we are. They're my favorite part. I guess this is a top 10 list. So they're one of my favorite parts, like everything else on the top 10 list. But I'm grateful. Partners are what make us happen. It's so cool. So thank you so much. If you're a partner, you know who you are. And if you're not a partner yet and you want to be, give me a call and we'll find some way to make us have a relationship that's really significant and makes a big difference. Ooh, but what will number 2 be? I just don't know. It's happening. It's coming. Number 2 is our educators. Okay, educators are number 1. Everything we do is about inspiring our educators, supporting them, providing a sense of hope, providing an opportunity for them to be creative and be their best selves. I just never I never want an educator to say, I can't do this because we don't have enough money. That's what an organization like the Foundation's for, is by saying, you know what, if you know that it's going to inspire a kid, if you know it's going to make a difference, if you know it's cutting edge, you should be able to come to us and we should be able to help you by providing funds and resources. And we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to our educators for getting through COVID and reinventing yourself and reinventing yourself and reinventing yourself. The whole world is having, I don't know, it's called like aftershocks from what it's like to be back in the real world, working in our offices every day. I mean, even me, I'm sitting at home today. It's like we're just not always in our workplace, and educators have come back in full force, and they have been there to support students, you know, sometimes 20, sometimes 30 students in their classroom who are also having all the effects of coming back into the mainstream, whatever's happening at home. Teachers are the place that just kind of level that whole playing field and inspire our kids. And they're the reason we do this work. And I am incredibly grateful. And so is everyone from the foundation for everything that the educators do. From the bottom of our heart, we say thank you, salute you, and we're here to help. And then number one, of course, we're thankful for you. If you take the time to find out what the foundation is doing, to contact us, to see, it went too far. I went too far. Oh, I'm gonna go back to the cool one. To stay in touch, to share with the information that the foundation does, to talk to us and tell us what we can do better. We're thankful for you. Northshore Schools Foundation is a grassroots organization. We represent you out in the community and how you want to get involved and how you want to make a difference in the public education program. And you are the ones that make a difference. Thank you for making us part of your family. Please know that we are here to help you. Reach out. We want a two-way dialogue. It's just really, really important. Okay, so that is my top 10. Thank you. We are so grateful list for 2022 so far. I want to wish you all a very happy day. I want to wish you a happy Giving Tuesday and every other day. And please know we appreciate you. Have a great night or day. Have a great day.